Hi, this is Sally again with Sally Cares. And today I would like you to work with me a little bit through this journey of grabbers or reachers, which is what different patients call them. This is the old school standby, metal, hand grip, basic grip at the bottom where the serrated edges are there, and you close it like that around the item that you are trying to pick up. There's another little post here that you can bring things towards you. Of course, these are used usually by people who are seated because they need that extra length to pick up something that's fallen on the floor primarily. They have them now that fold, even that are transportable, that you can keep in your bag with you when you travel, which is always a good thing. These, of course, I think are the oldest ones that have been around forever. And I just want to show you the change in grip capability that they have when you're picking up different items and how difficult it can be unless you find something like a little opening or whatever to pick up. This is just a lint roller that I had, but if someone's using that and it hits the floor like that, they're going to want to grip it around the center and pick it up that way. So there's varying ways that you can use this, and hopefully it releases like that. Sometimes not so much, but anyway, you get the idea. Now, something that I think a lot of people wonder about is how much weight can you actually pick up with something like this. I've put two different cans here, so if you're in the pantry and you wanted to pick up something, the small one, this is tomato paste, that isn't hard to handle, but again, you have to remember that sometimes people are using these that don't have much arm strength, so you have to sort of play around with it a little bit to see how much you want to try to grab weight-wise, because it may just fall right out. Now this one is my limit, I believe. I don't think I'd go further than that. You can see that it's just not quite easy to do. You can do it up, this way, turn it and bring it to you this way. That works. Now, for things like that everybody needs, a telephone charger, because everybody does, but when you drop things like this, or when you drop things like that, that's a good one. A Kleenex, very hard for people to pick up, and let's just say they're seated and it's way around the bend and they can't get to it. That's when something like this becomes very helpful, because you're just going to reach around then and pick it up. And as thin as that is, it works. And you can just lay it wherever you want. Same thing with this. Reaching down to pick it up may not be an option, but actually grabbing this anywhere, even if it's threaded like that, you can bring it to you and pick it up. So I guess today's story with Sally is that these really do have a place, especially for people in wheelchairs, especially for elderly, when, not even just, pediatrics, anything. When you are having to reach for something, people are limited with their range of motion. When you have to reach and it's just not something you can do easily, it makes you much more independent, and that's what we're working on here. So, reachers are good things. Like I said, this is the old school kind, but you can just go through your Amazon, which everybody does, put reacher in the search bar and see what comes up, all different kinds, but just make sure that it's the right one that's going to meet your need, and kind of think about that before you even buy one, because there are some people who aren't sure what they want it for, and you have to just think about, how many times have I dropped something and I couldn't pick it up? How many times have I tried to reach something on a counter and I couldn't get to it? Look at those things first and then shop for your reacher. I think the other thing that's really important is that people buy these and put them in a closet. So that's not too bright, okay? That isn't going to help you do anything with a reacher. So you can put them by the side of your bed. You can put them in areas where you know you're going to want them, in a kitchen, in an office area, wherever you sit and you tend to need to get into a corner, crack, or crevice. That's when you want them. I have these for patients, but do you think I have one around the house? I do. And there's a lot wrong with me, but I was getting ready to say there's nothing wrong with me, but that's not true. So if I were to drop something under my desk and I don't feel like getting on my hands and knees, I'll go and get this thing and get it. So for people that are able-bodied, people who aren't, you can always be more independent when you use one. So I hope you found this helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you next time. Thanks.